According to the advisory, all individuals appearing on camera, including guests and audience members, are required to adhere to strict wardrobe rules. Specifically, butts and breasts must be adequately covered. Sheer or transparent clothing that risks exposing nipples is discouraged, and garments that reveal the undercurves of the breasts, butt cleavage, or excessive skin near the genital area are strictly prohibited. Thongs and outfits featuring exposed sides of the torso are also flagged as problematic. Does it sound like Bianca broke any of these policies? Hell yeah. Beyond the internal dress code, there were also questions about whether her outfit breached public indecency laws in Los Angeles or California. In California, indecent exposure is defined as the intentional public display of one's genitals in a manner likely to offend or cause distress to others. Given the transparency of Bianca's dress, some speculated that her appearance might meet the criteria for such an offense. Yet, despite the public's discomfort, it seems unlikely anything will happen to Bianca legally. No formal complaints were filed against her at the arena that night, and a lawyer weighed in, explaining that while her outfit undoubtedly pushed boundaries, a charge of indecent exposure requires willful public exposure of one's genitals with the specific intent to offend or arouse. Theoretically possible, sure, likely, not so much. To many observers, it just doesn't add up that Bianca would willingly expose herself like that, which leads to the inevitable conclusion: she's being forced to walk around nearly naked. As I scrolled through comments online, my mind kept circling back to a lawsuit filed not long ago by Kanye's former assistant Lauren Picota. The suit painted a disturbing picture of Kanye's behavior behind closed doors. According to Lauren, she was hired in July 2021 after meeting Kanye while he was working on his fashion line. At the time, Lauren was a successful OnlyFans model who posted bikini and lingerie photos, raking in $1 million a year. When Kanye found out about her work, he reportedly disapproved and insisted she delete her account. His solution: pay her $1 million annually to quit. Sounds generous, right? Well, according to Lauren, it was all a ploy for Kanye to misuse his power. He allegedly began bombarding her with explicit text messages, sending videos of himself having intercourse and detailing his fantasies. He'd compliment her inappropriately, telling her that the sound of her voice turned him on. He was also obsessed with the sizes of her boyfriend's anatomy, frequently asking her to deliver honey, a euphemism for performance-enhancing substances. Lauren claims Kanye constantly pressured her to hook up with him, and when she refused, she was fired. Here's where it gets even more twisted. Lauren's allegations occurred while Kanye was still married to Bianca. In fact, Lauren mentioned Bianca in the lawsuit, claiming she was tasked with finding women for Kanye to sleep with. According to the suit, Bianca often coordinated Uber rides for these women. On one occasion in August 2022, after arranging a ride, Kanye and Bianca allegedly called Lauren to discuss the orgy they'd participated in the previous day. Lauren also described an incident at the Yeezy Gap office in August 2022, when Kanye asked her to remove her cardigan because it was covering too much. Later that evening, Kanye reportedly requested that Bianca and other female guests perform oral acts on him and his male companions in the office changing room. To many, this paints a chilling picture of Bianca's situation. She appears to be coerced into exposing herself and engaging in degrading behavior. Yet, despite the mounting evidence, Bianca insists she knows what she's doing and claims to have control over her actions. Her family, however, begs to differ. Reports suggest that Bianca's parents are horrified by the transformation they've witnessed in their daughter. They don't recognize the person she's become, believing she wouldn't act this way unless she was being manipulated. Apparently, some of her loved ones staged an intervention, urging her to reconsider her relationship with Kanye. Her mother, Alexandra, even flew from Australia to Los Angeles in hopes of rescuing her daughter. Meanwhile, Bianca's father, Leo, wants to confront Kanye directly. He reportedly plans to ask him what he'd do if his daughters, North or Chicago, were seen in public half-naked in outfits encouraged by their husbands. Leo knows Kanye would never allow that for his own children, so why does he encourage it for Bianca? For many, the Grammy red carpet stunt felt like the final straw, a grotesque display that crossed every conceivable line. But hold on to your hats, because things got even crazier at one of the after-parties. At the post-Grammy bash, Kanye and Bianca hit the dance floor, grinding against each other in a performance that bordered on obscene. They licked each other's faces, and Kanye grabbed Bianca's butt cheeks through her mesh thong bodysuit. It was wild, chaotic, and utterly bizarre. Watching it unfold, I couldn't help but wonder, does Bianca actually enjoy walking around like this, or is she being held hostage in her own life? Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. Let's delve deeper into the dynamics of Kanye and Bianca's relationship, their interactions on the red carpet and beyond, raise significant questions about power, control, and consent. Whether Bianca is complicit in these displays or coerced remains a topic of intense debate. Some argue that her lack of smiles and visible discomfort during public appearances suggests manipulation, while others believe she's fully aware of her choices and embraces them. Either way, the optics are troubling, especially when viewed alongside the allegations made in Lauren Pichota's lawsuit. If Kanye indeed exerted similar pressure on Bianca, it casts a dark shadow over their marriage and raises ethical concerns about the treatment of women in high-profile relationships. The Grammys incident also highlights the broader issue of societal expectations surrounding celebrity culture. Public figures like Kanye and Bianca exist under constant scrutiny, yet their actions often push boundaries that challenge norms and provoke strong reactions. Critics argue that such behavior perpetuates harmful stereotypes about gender roles and objectification, while supporters may frame it as artistic expression or rebellion against convention. Regardless of perspective, the controversy underscores the fine line between freedom of self-expression and crossing into territory that alienates audiences or invites ridicule. Moreover, Bianca's parents' distress reflects a universal concern shared by families of individuals entangled in toxic relationships. Their attempts to intervene demonstrate the emotional toll such situations take, not only on those directly involved, but also on loved ones who feel powerless to help. The hypothetical confrontation envisioned by Bianca's father, questioning Kanye about how he'd react if his daughters were treated similarly, is particularly poignant. It underscores the double standards often present in patriarchal structures, where men impose restrictions on women's behavior while excusing their own excesses. Returning to the aftermath of the Grammys, the couple's disappearance from the venue sparked speculation about their motivations. Did they leave due to embarrassment, as some suggest, or were they genuinely uninvited? If the latter is true, it adds another layer of humiliation to an already fraught evening. Even if they chose to depart voluntarily, the decision speaks volumes about their awareness of the negative attention they attracted. Social media backlash further amplified the criticism, with users dissecting every detail of Bianca's outfit and Kanye's demeanor. Memes and commentary flooded platforms, turning the incident into a cultural flashpoint. Beyond the immediate fallout, the Grammys episode reignited discussions about accountability in entertainment. Should events enforce stricter dress codes to prevent similar incidents, or should artists retain the freedom to express themselves without interference? These questions tap into larger debates about censorship versus creative liberty, particularly in industries where image plays a pivotal role. For instance, musicians and actors frequently use fashion as a tool to convey messages or challenge conventions. However, when those choices veer into explicit territory, they risk alienating segments of their audience and inviting legal or professional repercussions. In light of these complexities, it's worth considering how historical precedents inform contemporary attitudes towards celebrity behavior. High-profile scandals involving wardrobe malfunctions, provocative performances, or boundary-pushing artistry have long shaped public discourse. From Janet Jackson's infamous Super Bowl halftime show to Madonna's boundary-defying concerts, moments of shock value often redefine cultural conversations. Yet, the context matters immensely. What might be celebrated as bold innovation in one era could be condemned as reckless provocation in another. The Grammys incident occupies a gray area within this continuum, leaving observers divided on whether to applaud or admonish Kanye and Bianca's choices. Ultimately, the saga serves as a cautionary tale about the intersection of fame, power, and personal agency. While celebrities wield immense influence, they also navigate treacherous waters where missteps can lead to lasting reputational damage. For Kanye and Bianca, the Grammys will likely remain a defining moment in their public narrative, one that continues to spark dialogue about the limits of self-expression, the ethics of partnership, and the enduring fascination with spectacle in modern society. Whether viewed as a calculated move or a misguided misstep, their actions underscore the enduring tension between individual autonomy and collective judgment in the age of relentless media scrutiny. As the dust settles on the Grammys drama, one thing is certain: Kanye and Bianca have cemented their place in pop culture history, not necessarily for their musical achievements, but for their ability to captivate and polarize audiences worldwide. Love them or loathe them, their story reminds us that fame is both a privilege and a burden, offering unparalleled opportunities for reinvention while subjecting its participants to relentless examination. In the end, perhaps the most compelling question isn't whether Bianca enjoys walking around in sheer outfits or feels trapped in a controlling relationship. It's why we as a society remain so fixated on decoding the lives of those in the spotlight. After all, our fascination reveals as much about ourselves as it does about them.